Hi, my name is Abeth Russell. I'm an artist out of Portland, Maine, and I'm going to show you how to make a black and white still life oil painting. So my subject today is this black mug here, and I have some black and white paint already squeezed out onto my palette. And you're gonna start out with your white and take a blob of white, put it over here on your palette, and add just a tiny bit of black to make a really light gray. And you're going to use your gray to just sort of sketch out the general shape of your still life object. Don't worry about getting it perfect right away. The nice thing about oil paint is that it allows for mistakes. And be sure when you're painting a still life, you want to include some of the background in the painting. You don't just want a mug floating in nothingness. So I'm just kind of sketching in the table a little bit. And I'm going to take some more white because I've got a white table here. Painting is just a kind of slow process of building up your image. And I'm going to take some darker gray to add in the background behind the mug. The other nice thing about paint is that even if you're painting something somewhat realistic, you can kind of cheat and change what you're seeing. So I've decided that I want my background behind the table to be darker than the mug itself. So I'm going to turn this black mug into a kind of dark gray mug. So once you've sketched in the basic shape of your still life, you can take a smaller brush and go back in with some more solid details. So I'm starting to add in some of the areas of lights and darks that I'm seeing on the mug. A little bit of a shadow down on the table. And with oil paint, since it stays wet for a while, you can really blend your colors together. And you want to be thinking about using a full range of the grayscale. So make sure you get all your darkest blacks and your lightest whites, and then also all those amazing in-between tones that you get with gray. And I'm just using progressively smaller brushes to add more and more refined details into my still life. So now I'm going to go for a really tiny little brush to add some reflections that I see onto the mug. It's actually the reflection of my paper that I'm seeing. And don't be afraid to let your paint get really thick, especially when you're adding some white highlights. My name is Abeth, and I just showed you how to create a black and white still life with oil paint.